Welcome to javaisawesome, and in this video we are going to discuss about types of the queue. So as of now we have already discussed what is the linked list and how it will work. Okay, now we are going to talk about what is the priority queue and what is the ArrayDeque, and it's very important also if you do the something like real time some problems, or if you do the DSA, that time it's a very useful. Okay, so let me start with the priority queue. So priority queue means this is the priority queue implementations of the queue interface only. So we can say priority queue is a subclass or implementation of the queue interface. Its order element based on their element natural order or a specified comparator, allowing for the efficient. It means that it's basically store the data in the based on their natural orders, and after natural order it will also specified with the comparator. So in collection having a one comparator, it's a interface. He providing a flexibility to comparator. It's providing a flexibility to what we can say, we can sort our object in a natural orders or customized order also. Okay, so those are useful for sorting the object only, allowing for the efficient access to the highest priority. Okay, so this is the things we have to know about it. If I talk about the ArrayDeque, so this is the implementations of the DQ interface. So in collections having a one DQ interface, so those are the parents of ArrayDeque. Okay, and that can be used as a queue or a stack. So it's provided a fast insertion. So if you go with the DQ, it will provide the fast insertion, deletions operation, both ends of the DQ. So both end, it means if you talk about the queue, you can insert the data in the top and you can pick the data from the top only. If you talk about the queue, so from queue one side you can enter the data, another side you can remove the data. But if I talk about the ArrayDeque, that is the different. It is we having a from the both end. For example, you have a one DQ, ArrayDeque, and in the both end point you can access the data, you can fetch the data, you can do the operations. So simply we are saying ArrayDeque is a combination of a stack, queue, both. Okay, if you mix both, so ArrayDeque is capable to act like a stack also, it's capable to act like a queue also. Okay, so those all behaviors are available inside the ArrayDeque, and it's very important sometimes. And easily you can get the data from the top also, bottom also. You can insert the data in the top also, you can insert the data in the bottom also. It means that in the both side you can do the operations. Okay, that is very nice features having an ArrayDeque. And so many problems are easily solved by ArrayDeque. Okay, if you take the help of the ArrayDeque. Okay, and making it a good choice for implementing a double-ended queue. So simply we are saying ArrayDeque is nothing but double-ended queue. Double-ended queue means both sides you can fetch the data, you can insert the data. So these are the double-ended queue, you can say. Okay, each of these queue subclasses provide a different performance characteristics and is optimized different use case. So based on your use case, based on your situation, based on your requirements, you can select particular like linked list, PriorityQueue or ArrayDeque. Those are the implementation of the queue. Okay, by using the appropriate queue implementation, developer can improve the performance and scalability of their Java application. So it's simply saying if you use the proper classes, so because of that it will increase the scalability, performance, everything for the developers. Okay, so I think it's right only. Okay, let's go and understand what is the priority queue in Java. So if I talk about the real life application, would generally by using a priority queue. So generally we are using the priority queue with these Java objects. Okay, let me see what we have written here. Okay, so generally we can say that in the real life application would generally be using a priority queue with the custom Java object. What is the custom Java object? So custom Java object means like whatever the object we have, we are trying to customize it. Customize means we are trying to add some other effect, other behavior. So that time we are taking the priority queue, and based on the priority we are designing our classes. Okay, in the other words he's saying like this is a simple Java classes. It's a simple only Java classes. It look like to store customer orders. To store the customer orders, this class implements comparable interface. So for example, we have a one restaurant and we are taking the order from the customer. So it's we have like a one queue. First order come, first you have to serve it. Then only you have to go with the second one or third one. Okay, so you have to do, we have like a queue. So in that case also you can go with the priority queue. Okay, so that we can decide on what basis this object need to be ordered, okay, in the priority queue. So these are the some I will give you some real life example where we are using the priority queue and it's playing very important role. Okay, so I hope you know the Dijkstra shortest path algorithm. Dijkstra shortest path algorithm means I think in your data structure you have learned in your college time, right? So Dijkstra shortest path algorithm, if you want to implement, definitely you can use the priority queue. It will help you to implement it. It is used in the Prism algorithm. So if you go with the Prism algorithm also you can implement this priority queue. Okay, it is used in the data comparison techniques like half-man code. So if you want to like that some data comparisons or half-man coding, so it's related to the electronics department. So if you want to like compress some data, that time also you can use this priority queue and you can compress your data. It is used in the heap sort. Heap sort means you have a multiple heap sort childs and parents and multiple labels and you want to sort it, then that time also priority queue you very helpful or useful you can say. It is also used in the operating system. So priority queue you can use in the operating system also for the priority scheduling. So I think in the college fourth semester you can learn the operating system, and in that operating system you can get some idea about like what is scheduling and how we are scheduling some particular job and how our operating system scheduling will work, load balancing and interrupt handling. So those things we can handle with the help of the priority queue, and it's a very important I think. Okay. Okay, before going to the something else, let's understand like how priority queue will work. Okay, so if you see here, this is the front head and this is the what? End head you can say, and this is the head element in the queue. Head element means 57. By default, elements in the priority queue are the sorted according to the natural order using the comparable interface. So by default it's using the comparable interface and it will sort our object in the natural order simply. Okay, and if I talk about like if you want to insert some data, like we are inserting 65 here inside this DQ, so that time also it will maintain the like whatever the natural sorting order we have. This is the smallest element at the head of the queue. You can see 57. After EQ, E and in queue 65, it will stored here and greatest element at the tail of the queue. greatest element. So this is the operations of adding an element in the priority queue. Let's do one thing. Let's take one example and try to understand. Okay. So I am going to create one class which is nothing but it's a priority queue only. Let me remove this one. Okay. So I am going to create one class. Okay, so I will write here one class. What happened? It is not good. 1 minute. My system is something like saying like not responding properly. So maybe it will take 1 minute to respond. Okay, so here I will write a class. Let me remove these things. Class. Okay, so this is the class I have taken. Okay, and here I will give some class name like PriorityQueue. Test. So I have given like a PriorityQueue test, and through that name I will create a one class, and now I will write some PriorityQueue. I will create an object of the PriorityQueue, and I will try to insert some data inside this, and then again I will do some operations, and we can check like it's working as expected or not. Okay. So if you see here, this class is created. Let me take one main methods. Okay, main method is also created. Let me create one PriorityQueue. So PriorityQueue, we can check each and everything. PriorityY, PriorityQueue. So this is the available in java.util package. If you go down, you can see PriorityQueue is just available in the java.util package. And let me remove this casting queue. And PriorityQueue I will write equal to new PriorityQueue. PriorityQueue. Right now my system is not working properly, I think. Okay, let me copy this one. Okay, it's work. So give me the semicolon. I don't want to give any typecasting here, and generic also. So this is the PriorityQueue class object I have created. Okay. So let me check what is the PriorityQueue. I will show you. So just press the control and mouse over on it. Open the declarations of this PriorityQueue. So you can see here, this is the class. It's extended the abstract queue and serializable. If you go to the abstract queue, so abstract queue also implement the DQ, I think. So let's open the implementations of abstract queue. So abstract queue implement the queue interface, and also abstract collections. If you open the queue, so queue is nothing but it's a interface. Okay, queue is nothing but it's a interface. Open the queue and let's see. So queue implement the collections, and collections we already know. Okay, if you want to go back, what you can do, you can press Alt and back arrow key so that you can go back easily. If you want to go forward, you can just press Alt and side forward button you can click, which is arrow marks, so it will go to the next. Okay, go back, go next. So this is very easy shortcut trick. Okay, through that you can iterate each and everything. Let me go to the abstract collections and open the declarations of it. So abstract collections also implementing the collections only. Okay, so queue is also implementing the collection, abstract collection is also implementing the collections only. Okay, and you can see that like whatever we have done as of now, those are parent class of the abstract class, PriorityQueue. Okay, so our PriorityQueue object is created. Now let me add some data inside this. So I will write PriorityQueue dot add, or we can write push. So I think push method is not available here in the PriorityQueue. So you have to remember those things. Okay, so what I can do is I can do with the add. So I will write here add 10. Then after PriorityQueue dot add 20, and I will add one more PQ dot add, and here I will write something like 15, and PQ dot add something like I will add here a 12. So this is some data I have added in the PriorityQueue, and I want to see like how it's printing the data and how data will be stored in our PriorityQueue. So just write a S out and double click, and here you can give the reference of the PriorityQueue. So through that you can display and you can check like what is the exactly data have stored inside the PriorityQueue. So if you see here, it's make it sorted 10, 12, 15, 20. Even I have not inserted the data in the sorted order, but he maintained the sorting internally. So this is the benefit while doing a work with the PriorityQueue we have. Okay, so based on your requirements, you can choose like which data types or which collection you have to go, and you have to implement it and you have to use it. This is your decisions and always your decision only. Okay, based on your requirement you can select it. Let's talk about the ArrayDeque. What is the ArrayDeque? So ArrayDeque and PriorityQueue. So before that we have understand what is the PriorityQueue. And now we are going to talk about the ArrayDeque. So ArrayDeque is nothing but ArrayDeque, also known as a array double-ended queue, pronounced as a ArrayDeque, is a special kind of the growable array that allow us to add or remove an element from the both sides. ArrayDeque implementation can be used as a stack. Okay. And last in first out, or ArrayDeque first in first out. In terms of the efficiency, ArrayDeque is a more efficient than the linked list. Okay, for added and remove the operations at the both ends. The best operations in the linked list implementation is removing the current element during the iteration. So those are the some basic information I have talked about the ArrayDeque. And here you can see a stack, queue and deque. So a stack, queue and deque. Deque is a combination of all ArrayDeque. Okay, so if I talk about a stack, so a stack will insert and delete the data from the top only. If I talk about the queue, so queue will delete the data from the front and insert the data from the rear. So front, rear, it will be have like that here in the queue. So top means a stack, front and rear, it means we can say like those are the queue, and in the DQ also we have a front and rear. So insertion and deletion you can perform from the front also and from the rear also. Okay, so we can do the operation in the particular DQ or ArrayDeque in the both the end. Okay, so let's talk about PriorityQueue also. So we have already talked about the PriorityQueue. Let's create one more class for the ArrayDeque. Okay, so this is the class I have created, ArrayDeque. That's it. Okay, and DQ I will give the test, and I will change the name of that. Okay, so name is changed, everything is fine. Create one main methods and create the ArrayDeque, because ArrayDeque is available in the java.util.package ArrayDeque. Remove the generic and ArrayDeque equal to new ArrayDeque. Object is created. Let me add some value inside this. So through the add first. So we have something like add first. Okay, we have a method. So through the add first we can add the data inside the DQ. Also we have a add first, add last. So we can add in the last also, but I don't want to add right now. I will add one more value only, add last, and that is nothing but 20. Okay, ad dot get last. So we have a method called get first, get last. So through that we can do the operations in the both side. Okay, get last. So for example, I want to give something and I want to print it. So this is, I can print get first, get last. So you can simply write here s out. Okay, and you can print those values so that you can understood, okay, what is the value and what we have inserted. Okay, I will not talk about more in depth, but later if it is required, definitely I will take care. Okay, because as of now, as a Java developer, you just want to know the use and purpose, like when we are using it. So you can see this is the first and this is the last element we have added, and we have pages. Apart from this, we have a lots of the method and we can do the work with the ArrayDeque. Okay, but as of now, you just understand whenever it's required to fetch, add, delete the data from both the end, like front also or rear also. We have a one ArrayDeque and you have to do the operation from the both side. Then you can go with the ArrayDeque. If you want to do some set some priority, you can go with the PriorityQueue. Okay, so these are the differences we have, and I hope you understood. Okay, thank you so much.